Life is interesting. I just had it in my head to say, and whatever. But the reason why it's interesting is because it's filled with different unexpectedsies that you wouldn't even notice and whatnot. So, it's very interesting. If you listen to this podcast, it's now 17:38 in Army time, which is 5:38 in regular time, PM, California time, on beautiful Friday evening, if you want to call it. You know, Cherokee birds in the background and all that stuff. And we're going to start this podcast. It's week 120, sessions 586 to 590 for this week of, let me go to Instagram because they have all the pictures for the Business Monday Leader stuff set up properly on that. This is for March 25th through the 29th. And my apologies if I'm sounding tired. It's been a chill, long day, but this week, heading back to work the past, 3 days now. This week's been kind of like, not bad, but some little ignorant stuff here and there. At the major, we about to go ahead and start and things. Let me go ahead and do it right now. I just had everything. Here we go. So for this past, I need for the Wi-Fi to actually work. There we go. For this past Monday, March 25th, 2019, Blessed Mondays, I said in all things in which you are blessed to do, / with, always trust God with the process. Whatever God has blessed you, whatever talent, that's what I mean by blessed. Whatever talent He's blessed you with, just do it. Also trust God with the process. Because some of you guys are very proficient and great at doing different tasks and different things in different fields of where it may be. And I know you see other folks that be in your same field, hey, let's be real. They making the money. They go on the trips. They do what they need to do. Yeah. And for those of us that have been working longer than some folks who got it quicker than us, we're looking like, yo, what the heck? We do the same thing they doing, but we're not there like they are. The crazy thing is we see things on the outside. We have to really look in the inside and actually see, okay, what's the process that they went through to get to where they at. But at the same time, we cannot compare ourselves to other people. What we always have to continue to do is trust God with the process of things in life, with the process of the gifts and talents, with the process of, getting provided each and every day with different things. With the trust God with the process. Because we could easily be like, man, this ain't working, we're going to quit, woo. But at the end of the day, so we have to trust God with the process. Because maybe that person who is, a fan of us, had went through different life lessons that they passed and had to get through in order to get to where they at. Maybe there's some lessons that we still had them not pass and learn just yet that we need to focus on. Make sure everything is right. So, by all means, you just got to take a look at it from a bigger point of view and just truly continue to make things happen, but also always trust God with the process. Let's continue. On the Grind Tuesdays, as soon as it pops up, let me switch to Wi-Fi real quick. Never mind, I'm not going to touch nothing. I don't want to mess up the podcast. Anyways, March 26th, 2019, on the Grind Tuesdays, you got to be willing to take risks to leave a just over broke in order to have peace and sanity for a better lifestyle. I had did this on my way towards the beach on Tuesday and things. And what I had on my way in the beach on Tuesday to do the video podcast and go back on my runs that I'm now doing. So, I was running one of the good friends of mine. She used to work at a job company that we had work for and stuff like that. So, we had a cool little time. And whatnot. Got some runs in, and the rest of the day was just busy for me. I take that back because I did relax a little bit while I came home, and did the radio show, which actually was a blast. Actually, I take that back. We didn't really rest. We didn't rest the past Monday and Tuesday, especially Tuesday. We got up early, went to do the podcast, then started running. Came back, worked on the website, did some research for some music that we was looking for. Then I think later on finished up the website, and then started doing the radio show like right after that. So, yeah, mind you, I have to go work on Wednesday. But at the same time, that type of grind that I did on Tuesday was actually perfect because I'm like, I can easily do this full time. Just got to get the pay part to go along with it, and then I'm able to do what I was blessed to do. But at the same time, at certain jobs that we're working at, you have to be willing to take risks to leave. Certain jobs that will test your sanity and test your patience, and test you by all means. Most folks stay miserable at a job that they have because they get too comfortable. I'll let you know right now, that's never a good thing to do. It's always best to even if you have to go to a job, you get your pay cut, a little bit from what you're making. Do something, work somewhere. That's what you call it. That's gonna give you more peace. That way you can enjoy the things you do, as opposed to working at a job where it's conniving at the same time. Just be a whole lot of riffraff, to which we go to work each and every day, you dread it, and you just hate it. And then you start to build up health issues because you can't take going towards a certain job that you hate. We're not going to say this like we're just going to use a word that you hate. Period. So, grind if you have to. But take a risk if you have to find something else better. But even if you're in business, and when your business ventures ain't working, hey, that's a risk within itself. But at the same time, that risk you can easily fix. Make something else greater. So, let's continue. Motivational Wednesdays, March 27, 2019. If life is hitting you hard with challenges, just know that God is strengthening you up for something else greater. You have to understand, we get tests each and every day, whether you realize it or not. And at the same time, God does hit us hard at times with different challenges that we be like, man, how can we face this? But since we are so caught up in our human emotions that we tend to fail, that we do not pay attention to what's going on beyond the arc of the spiritual realm and things, but at the same time, we don't really focus as to what's going on around us, which is why we tend to fail the test in the first place, because we let our emotions and intensity get high, but we don't see the bigger picture as to what's going on. Once you know what the challenges is, and once you understand it, then guess what? God continues to strengthen you up to where you need to be at in life. So when you know somebody that's going through the same thing you went through, you can be a blessing to them and let them know that's going to be okay. Just got to trust in the Most High. Let's continue to push. And of course, life's going to continue hitting your ass. But you know what? Just know, the stronger you get, the greater the reward. Let's continue. On March 28th, 2019, Daily Tips Thursdays. We're almost close to the end of March. Whatever you did to accomplish this month, make sure to continue it in April. Normally, when I make a post like this, it's usually getting towards the end. Well, it normally be at the end of the month. But since March 31st, it's literally on Sunday, I'm like, well, let's go ahead upon the 29th. Give folks, the upper head that, hey, guess what? Of course, if you didn't accomplish what you want to accomplish this month, don't worry about it. Make it happen next month. Continue it. Continue the goals and things that you want to do. I'll give you guys a good example. It's another business venture that I'm about to be working on. At the same time, I had done the research for it because I've been busy with the podcasts, radio shows, and crazy behind job I'm working at. But I'm like, you know what? It's cool. Okay, let's go take us a little time and got some more information from some coworkers I know that's kind of up into that field and things. And at the same time, too, the crazy thing is that we can continue the rest of what we need to study and learn in April and continue on for the rest of the year. So never feel bad we had not accomplished all your goals and dreams. I mean, back in the past, entrepreneurs and business owners will say, if you accomplish it this month, well, this is no. Life and everything in it is a process. If you didn't accomplish whatever you didn't accomplish in this past, month, don't trip. Continue in April. Because you'd be surprised. You get more information the next following month than you did the month that you started off in the first place. Always remember that. Let's continue. My boss said it's Fridays, March 29th, 2019. Never feel bad while stepping down from a higher position of power, for that may be a sign as to you regain your peace and not continue chaos. Good example with that. So, normally, and some of you guys hear my podcast, you hear me say it all the time. Normally on Fridays and Saturdays over at my job, I tend to lead a crew or whatever, for the time of my shift. Because, to be real, the other lead, well, she kind of came back, but before, the other individual I used to lead around the time was quite sure she was going to come back to the job with her. Well, to the new companies, things of that nature. So, I believe that she did lead today, and I, for one, was like, I'm not going to do it anymore. It's a whole lot of stuff that goes behind all of that and whatever and things. Still, we're one of the managers. Regardless of the fact, I'm like, you know what? I'll step down for it and help out other crews. I don't mind doing that. Because most folks appreciate my help more because I'm like the golden ticket. They see that I'm on the crew, and guess what? They're like, we're good because we got Q on the crew, and he knows how to do everything it is in regards to the job. Well, you guys already know I work at the airport. You guys heard me before I said, clean aircraft. So I know how to do it proficient than most folks and know the ins and outs of certain things. But at the same time, folks see the leadership skills I have, and I'm like, well, yeah, I do a podcast each and Friday. I speak what I say, and at the same time, I'm a go-getter on getting certain things done. Whether it be timely or not timely, it doesn't matter. Still get certain things done. Regardless of the fact, though, I today didn't lead the crew. And the funny thing is, didn't really. Well, I thought I was going to lead again on Wednesday, Thursday, which that was a great blessing. That didn't happen because I was like, man, I'm so burnt out from Monday and Tuesday of the radio show, especially on Tuesdays. So, well, that's because I start running on Mondays and Tuesdays now. So, getting up early, just go out to the beach and start running. Like, yeah. And it's like, bruh, you just came from an intense workout at work the past 5 days, and you about to, I'm like, yep. So I'm feeling it now. But regardless of that, though, regardless of that fact, like, yeah, didn't lead and told one of the folks I know, like, yeah, I'm stepping down from it, from doing it on Fridays and Saturdays. I'm like, you got very qualified people at the job that can do it. I said, if y'all need to call in one of the other leads to come in on the off days and do it, have them do it. Let them make a little extra money and things of that nature. Reason being is because I'm not about to get played and used while somebody at a higher position is tripping because of something stupid and whatever. And so, yeah. I'm like, I really care less anyways. But that's just why I made this post. I said, never feel bad. I mean, if you're a CEO or whatever, or you have a higher title, this way, if you run a business and have a title and have to step down, never feel bad about it. If you work a regular job and have a so-called title, then that's a different scenario. Reason being because that title really doesn't, the title doesn't mean shit. Let's just keep it that way. If you work a regular job saying, I'm a manager, I'm a whatever of this job, and it's like, do you own the company? No, then you're not. Shit, low key. I mean, it's a nice little title to have on your resume, but if you happen to walk into a job and the CEO, the boss, whatever, asks you this question like, hey, do you have your own business? And you're like, no, I just want to work. Then he probably be like, well, I'm sorry, we cannot hire you. You might be like, why? Be like, so-and-so didn't have the qualifications, so why they got hired? And be like, so-and-so runs a business outside of what he tried to do here. And the reason why we hire so-and-so is for the fact that he or she is working on something else greater, as opposed to trying being stuck, being a mindless slave to a job that basically be the same thing. Gonna hear the same thing, gonna deal with the same thing, gonna go in the same constant circle. It's not gonna change unless you change. So that's why I said, if you have your own business and you're CEO or COO or whatever, CFO or just wherever you are in your own business, if you have to step down just so you can regain your peace and not the chaos that goes around, by all means, do that. Take a breather. Take a step back. Trust me, I had to take a step back last year from doing the podcast around this time. And the posts and things of that nature. Why? Because it was a little bit too much and things. Going to work, dealing with the chaotic bullshit over there, and then trying to stay positive each and every morning to do the things, and then try to do the podcast and look at the negativity on social media. I was like, man, this shit gotta go shut down real quick. Because when it does, I kid you not, you'll regain your peace and not chaos. You will feel much more better than what you did before. So with that, if you have to step down from a higher position, step down from it. You'll thank yourself later, because you'll get, with your own business, you'll get back to being a higher position anyways. Because you were the boss. But at the same time, even bosses had to step down in order to evaluate the bigger picture. I want to thank you guys for tuning into today's podcast. Most definitely hope you guys have learned something from it. At the same time, apply the knowledge which is given. Because when you do apply the knowledge, then a whole new world opens up for you. You guys can find this podcast on the Spreaker.com/the lounge website today. Or you can find off on YouTube at YouTube.com/Onaku07, spelled ONAKU07. We can hear off of there. Or you guys can find us on Tuesday on my website at hiprockerproductionscm.com. That is hiprockerproductionscm.com, which I have everything updated from having this podcast on my website to having the daily video podcast up on there as well too. And I do that on Tuesdays before 8 o'clock p.m. Now it's Tuesdays before 6:30 p.m. because 6:30 is, or 7:30 is when normally I do my online radio show, which you guys can always check out. You can check out the archives over at livesets.com/DJ-Skylo. That is livesets.com/DJ-Skylo. So yeah, I just give you guys 4 different website plugs or 3 different website plugs and things of that nature. Yeah. Told you, your boy been busy since the beginning since late last year. And just continue on with the grind. But with that, thank you guys for tuning into today's podcast. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll catch you guys next week. Oh yeah, this is week 120. Sessions 586 to 590 for this week of March 29th March 25th through the 29th of 2019. I'm your host once again, Chinchilla Q or DJ Skylo, also known as Q Moore of HitRockerProductionsTM.com. Thank you guys for tuning into tonight's podcast. Catch you guys on the flip side. One love. Your boy says peace out. Deuces. Enjoy your weekend.